Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got, I think, a really sweet reading coming up. I've pulled two cards from the Golden Lenormand, and they are the Bear and the Cross. And I kind of wanted a little bit more to go off of, but my gut reaction was some sort of return to stability or feeling like you have the strength that maybe you might have felt you were lacking during a pretty difficult period in your life. The cross, which is the last card in the Lenormand, can often basically denote that somebody's been through an ego death or a dark night of the soul, a very difficult period in your life that transforms who you are in a very meaningful way and makes you stronger. So then I looked up on Spotify a random song to see what else we could channel to kind of fill in the gaps there. And it came up with Mansion Air Hold Me Down. And I think the really important part is I'll just show you. It's like repetitive over and over again saying, hold me down, but also know that I will be there. So it's like somebody wanting to express to you that they're going to be there for you. So I feel like you have either like a new person in your soul tribe that is showing up in your life, or somebody that you've maybe been missing for a while returning to you. So let's call in spirit. A little bit of wind chime time. All right, let's see. I feel like the village, I say that every time now. The Voyage of the Soul Oracle is a good place to start. This is like when I kept referring to Edgar Allan Poe as Edgar Allan Poe. So maybe we should just roll with it. What do you think? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I just got to hang out with Mr. Hambone. He's extra snuggly today. Ooh, I love this card. We have celebrate. I'm being drawn towards the word reunion. So I was just asking myself if this was somebody that maybe you've been missing or thinking about, wondering if you were going to talk to them again. I think there's somebody coming back, and this would be a reason to celebrate, mind you. So this isn't like some gnarly ex that you don't want to hear from. Hey, it's pirate. I was just gonna say pirate in the house. That's so funny. Oh, that's too funny. So yeah, there is definitely some sort of second chance or reconciliation that's happening, and it could be facilitated by somebody having like a holiday party, something along those lines. Hello there, Miss Christina. How are you doing? But we have Limitless, which oddly enough, one of my favorite movies that I've only seen like twice. But there's I feel like this is like a whole new field of opportunity for you. So you may be reuniting with somebody that has similar like goals in life or somebody that has the same kinds of skills. Either way, you're going to help each other continue to grow after you both have done, I think, some growing individually or separately. Mhm. All right, what else do we have today? Self, inner temple, gentle, pamper, disconnect, self love. I just said you guys took some time to work on yourselves alone. Maybe it was difficult at first. Maybe one person didn't want there to be a separation. Maybe neither of you wanted there to be a separation. But that has facilitated a development for you in an emotional standpoint that has made you a better lover, basically. Somebody who can show that they love themselves without having to sacrifice that for love, demonstrate somebody who can do like a healthy kind of love, right? It doesn't have to be manipulative. It doesn't have to worry about whether or not you need to like pull some mind games in order to keep someone. This is like inner stability and strength, which is great because that's exactly what this communicates, right? We have a bear. looks like you probably don't want to wrestle with him, right? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily like run away, but there's strength here. Somebody knows their own power, and somebody has learned that because they've gone through something that basically made them need to find that power within themselves. They couldn't rely on someone else, or you couldn't. We have seeking, soul searching is definitely, I think, an important one on here. Treasures, uncover, dormant gifts, and answers. There is like an awakening in regards to intuition or discernment. Somebody has a greater clarity with regards to their own spirituality, their own purpose, what they want out of life. It's making them feel more tethered, whereas in a good way, whereas I think before they were maybe trying to figure out who they were, but they were surrounded by a lot of people that didn't know who they were. Dimensions. Yeah. New timeline, new chapter. So we have portals, astral travel, otherworldly, unseen, and metaphysical. Somebody is, like I just said, getting more in touch with their spiritual side. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is such a fun reading. Whoever you are, this is like a lot of built up good karma being delivered like all at once. So you may have recently, or let's say in the last several weeks, realized that things are sharper for you because of your intuition. Maybe you've even realized there's like a new facet for your intuition. I don't think I've been super like upfront about this, but I think I've referenced it a few times. I was not as comfortable with tarot or my gifts even just, a year and a half ago. And I really did have to like talk myself into doing this channel for like months, you guys. Like, oh no, I need to do a little bit more research. I don't have the right wand yet. It's kind of ridiculous, right? But as you show yourself more love, as you rid your life of toxic behavior or people, as you go through things like ego death and become stronger in your sense of self and standing in your own power, you become a little bit more aware of what is special about you. And it's so funny that this card came out with, Limitless on it, because that movie, even though it's really more about like, I don't know, a miracle drug or a drug that hurts you, um, it does speak to the idea that we are capable of so much more than everyone tends to believe that you are. And this feels to me like someone realizing that they're kind of a goddamn unicorn. So, or a mermaid, since the little charm that guards that particular deck of cards is a mermaid. Let's see. I think I think Tarot Familiars is a good place to start, so we'll go there next. Professor X. Yeah, I don't think I would try to do that. It's inadvisable to say the least, isn't it, Pirate? All right, we have Seven of Swords. This is about dishonesty, but it could also be about moving in silence. So it's also interesting because this is underneath the card Celebrate, which is definitely giving off positive vibes. And then we have the Sun in the reverse. So what I really see is that somebody was maybe a little uncomfortable in terms of how they saw the world or how they understood the world. Maybe this is that sentiment of like, I don't belong, I'm really different from everyone. And possibly using the party life or addiction or distractions as a way to not have to feel just how different you are from everyone else, and trying to find that same level of I don't care kind of vibe that everyone else had. But with the sun in the reverse, this just made someone feel like somehow more lonely. Ah, it's the real McCoy showing up. Happy Tuesday. All right, we've got Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is an energy of loyalty, an energy of responsibility, or somebody that you would be able to rely on. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this is underneath limitless, which is talking about being able to see things in new perspectives, having an open mind, right? So I think it's interesting that there's two animals in the Queen of Pentacles. It gives me a different vibe almost every time, but this is giving me you've seen a good example. It's like maybe you had a really brief conversation or run in or a really pleasant date or something along those lines where someone was just like you. Somebody talked to you the way that you would talk to them. Somebody looked at the world the way you would look at it, and you felt like instantly comfortable around this person. And there could be a sense that if you never see them again, it would be both really sad and just fine because they gave you so much like advice or wisdom or confidence or something in that brief period of time that helped you get back on your track, that it's still worth never seeing them again. It was that valuable to you. And the Five of Cups in the reverse is about being able to acknowledge that there's like a new opportunity out there, some hopeful thing that you should be working towards or focused on. So this person gave whoever I'm reading for, they gave you hope and I think helped you realize you needed to disconnect a little bit and pamper yourself. And we'll see if it falls out. We have Seven of Wands and Four of Swords in the reverse. This is clarifying seeking, which had those really great words like soul searching, I should say phrases, and gifts on it, which led us to the actual card for gifts. This is telling me that you basically felt like you'd been able to deal with a lot of trauma or difficulty, betrayals, disappointments, but that there still seemed to be kind of like a void or something that you felt like you needed to somehow heal or address, but you weren't really sure how to do so. The Seven of Wands is communicating to me somebody trying to find a way to protect themselves or defend themselves against something they couldn't figure out how to heal. And I think this is specifically that need to belong. That, I can forgive people, I can move on from situations that have hurt me or made me feel less than. But what I really struggle with is if I don't feel like I fit in that group or that group or that group, they're like, how do I heal that? What do I do in that sense? Am I supposed to try to like pretend like I'm that person or like that group of people? No, that doesn't feel right to me. So I feel like that was like the focus or the like elephant in your own room. And it's just you had to get to that point to appreciate that there are different kinds of healing before you could kind of level up. And then we've got dimensions here, which is talking about otherworldly portals, astral travel. I feel like timelines could be on this card as well. Two of Wands. Yeah, because you're taking a different path. So I'm kind of disappointed with these cards at times with the like what do they call them court cards because they don't do justice, I think, in some ways to the art that could be taking place on a Two of Wands card. But when you have the Two of Wands, that's generally somebody who's holding one wand and one wand behind them, and they're looking out at this like open world, like the world's your oyster kind of vibe. You can choose something different, right? And someone I think is choosing something different because they feel like they may have found that missing part, right? Maybe their soul tribe. We have the Five of Wands and the Knave, or sorry, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like, I don't want to be in the rat race. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to live my life differently. I'm not going to be focused on how many properties I can own or how much money I have in the bank. That's not wealth, in my opinion. This is somebody saying, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to take a look at what I have to offer the world, and I'm going to prioritize that. And whatever wealth is meant to come to me will come to me. Man, that's so not American. I say that, tongue in cheek, obviously. All right, what else do we have? This is the Meta Muse. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like some of you may be deciding you need to make a change in your career path or how you connect with others. You may be leaving a lot behind. So, which is pretty common after you go through an ego death or some sort of spiritual awakening, right? You want different things. You don't want to waste your time, what a lot of people are comfortable wasting their time doing, right? Like you won't find me sitting in a bar, and that doesn't judge that's not me judging anyone who enjoys going to bars. I did that a lot. It was fun. But it's not what I want to do anymore, like there's just natural changes or evolutions that you go through. And somebody is realizing that what used to make them happy isn't the same thing for them anymore. And they're basically assessing, what do I want to keep and what do I feel is like not really my thing anymore. Seven of Swords in the reverse. A good card to get in the reverse. This is a card talking about wanting to address some sort of maybe misconception or dishonest situation. Somebody wants to come clean, or more importantly, I think this is like, I don't want to wear a costume for other people anymore, trying to pretend that I fit into their little whatever thing they have going on. I'm going to be a straight up weirdo, clown suit and everything, and I don't care. Like, you can either like laugh at my jokes and think I'm like adding to the atmosphere and like making things interesting, or you can like not, and that's cool. I'll still be in my clown makeup. Like, there's just this like abandonment of prioritizing what other people think or want you to be doing, and like a confidence in who you are, which is just like refreshing. Four of Swords. Healing. Oh, that's nice, because we have the Four of Swords in the reverse up here. So doing the whole authenticity thing and the I don't care what other people think about me is helping you realize that you do know how to deal with this healing that was kind of confusing you for a little bit. And the answer is stop trying to be what other people want you to be, because when you do that, you just disappoint yourself. So if you live authentically, you just disappoint the people that aren't meant to be in your life anyways. So it doesn't really matter, right? We have the Moon, Ace of Cups, and Justice in the reverse. So it feels to me like you may have a surprise like reward coming your way. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get much detail for you, you guys. Like, I just like the energy coming off of this. This is like, yes, you've been through a lot. Yes, things have been really difficult, but look at you taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, giving yourself the love that you want. We've seen the injustice that you've been through. I think it's time. I think it's time we do something. And this Ace of Cups is like an opportunity or can be closely associated with your gifts, right? Because this can be about creative expression. So it's like for some of you, you're going to get, I think, an opportunity in both love and in some sort of creative situation that you do. Maybe you're a photographer, maybe you're a writer. There's going to be something that I think kind of shocks you. And when it happens, I bet you anything, within like 2 minutes, you're going to be like, that's that like awesome thing that was supposed to come in for me. Right? I totally agree. Yep. We got the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands. This is like fortune and protection. So, in other words, this change in your life that is for the better is designed to help you feel like you've made the right move here. So, if it enables you to live more comfortably or enables you to feel beloved in your own skin, that's what's going to happen. We have the Eight of Wands underneath the Seven of Swords. There could be somebody that wants to initiate communication with you after a while, like a period of silence, or maybe even like an argument. And with the Princess of Swords in the reverse, I feel like this could be some sort of situation that got kind of touchy. This could have been like an argument online, but I feel like somebody was trying to maybe make you feel bad for the changes you've been making because it didn't really suit what they want from you. No way. Me too, pirate. We have the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody wanted to, I think, bring you back down to earth in a bad way and make you feel like whatever plan or new thing you wanted to do was not going to end the way that you wanted it to. But I see this as just like bullshittery. I think this is somebody either being jealous or somebody who thinks that you're going to leave them in your dust. Yeah. Princess of Cups in the reverse. This would be like somebody trying to make you feel like you're not good enough or you're insane. You're just like daydreaming because it's under the moon too. So this is like, I don't know, man, you can do that if you want. I don't really know if it would work out for you. And you should not listen to that. We have, yeah, exactly. 10 of Pentacles. You shouldn't listen to anyone who tells you that you can't do what you want to do because you're going to be very good at it. You're going to make a lot of money at it. So anyone who doesn't want to believe in a skill that you know you've worked on or a skill that you know is valuable, screw them. They don't understand you. Spirit is on fire today, you guys. This is literally the card of rejection. Oh, you don't think I can do what I daydream about or what I've been working really hard to do? Oh, okay. Have a nice life. I'm going to go do that thing that you didn't think that I could do. And you can, buy your own tickets and sit in the back and watch if you want, but I'm not going to like make it easy for you to like sit around and enjoy my life. It's one of the reasons why I gave up Facebook. Like, why am I sharing the, you know, minutia of my life with people that I probably will never see again, or people who are probably just trying to like literally put a ruler up against my life and theirs? Oh, I'm winning. Oh, I don't care. So let's see. Let's use the Marigold Tarot to get a little bit more detail for you. All right, we have King of Rings or King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles or Four of Rings, and Queen of Swords. So this feels to me like realizing that when you are going to, well, when you are destined for big things, when you are destined for owning your own business or being famous or being an inspiration to others in some way, whatever it is, when you are the King of Pentacles, and you will have to acknowledge that sometimes, just like with money, you have to be cautious or conservative or overly generous, right? In this situation, I feel like whoever I'm reading for, you're realizing what you need to let go so that you can make room for the stuff that you really want. And that's why we have the Queen of Swords energy here as well. You are both of these. You are realizing that in order to get the success in your life that is meant for you, you have to be authentically yourself. And anyone who doesn't support whatever you want to do or whoever you actually are, they don't get to stay. They don't get to like pretend, right? Exactly. Autographs? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've only done one of those. We have Six of Rings and the Hanged Man. This is somebody acknowledging that the period of stagnation or feeling like things weren't going the way they wanted to was because they were sacrificing their own happiness or their own dreams for other people. And this is kind of like a decisive Six of Pentacles to me. It's like, you know what? This shit ain't fair. So I'm going to do something to it. Like, we're looking at a knife, and, it feels like somebody has intent to do something with it. So somebody is cutting the things out of their life that they need to, that have been holding them back, and putting this, difficult position upon them, right? Like, do you want to hang like that all day? No, your blood rushes to your head. You probably can't think straight. You probably get a headache. Somebody's like, look, I know how to cut myself down from this stupid tree, and I'm going to do it. Pretty cool shoes he's got, though. It looks like elf wear. We have Eight of Rings. We may be dealing, this is a lot of pentacles, you guys. So you or your person, or maybe you're just focused on your money, right? But you may have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in your chart. We've got Eight of Rings, Two of Wands. This is like somebody realizing they've mastered something and it's time to move on. So, like those people who are entrepreneurs, or I don't really want to use that example because he's kind of a douchebag right now, but people who constantly reinvent themselves and they pull it off, right? Like being able to just like kill it in the industry and then turning around and becoming an actor, or being a really successful football player and then becoming, a business owner. Making shoes or some shit, right? There's an important pivot here for somebody where you can leverage what you'd used in the past to be successful or make money, but in a way that suits your gifts or your skills or your creative abilities more closely, like related to that. And then we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. I think additional information here, because it's under the Hanged Man, is that the reason you felt stagnant or the reason you felt like you couldn't move is because you were on a shaky foundation. You were focused on milestones that didn't really matter to you, they mattered to other people. once you have, finished that reprioritization or identified that other path that you want to go, you're more in charge of what that foundation actually looks like. You are the designer of that foundation. So it's going to be stronger. It's not going to be built to someone else's tastes, right? It's like when you can build your own custom home, make it just for yourself, then like you can't go wrong, right? Which, if you guys want to know, I'm totally designing a home because I love architecture and I have a piece of land that is desperately in need of a cabin on it. And I totally want to get one of those, like, now, if you visit me, you can't look for this shit, okay? I totally want to have one of those like secret passageways, like, oh, it's a bookshelf. Yeah, no, there's nothing in it. Oh, it's another room. And then maybe that's where my tarot table will be. Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. Yeah, there are A-frames all over this area, by the way, Pirate. Um, that's definitely in the running for a couple of reasons, because like you don't need a ton of space when you got the beautiful nature out there. Um, but there actually was, actually, I think still is a pretty cool A-frame like across the street from my grandpa's old property. And I just remember as a kid being so fascinated by that. It's like, how did they make it work? We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is like somebody being a little impatient because they feel like it's taking forever for what they want to happen, but also a sense that somebody has spent too much time with the Knight of Pentacles investing in something that didn't get them what they wanted. So it's like time for a change of pace, right? We got to like shift gears. We have the Five of Cups and Seven of Wands. All right, here's where I call you out a little bit, okay? So I hope you still like me at the end. Some of you are whining too much about letting go of something from your past life. You're defensive. You need to stop that. when How do I explain this? When you have seasons tickets or whatever they're freaking called to like the really badass like rooms that have the refrigerator and like their own bathroom and whatever, to watch your favorite team is like what you get if you give up your favorite row or seat ticket because you might catch a ball. Like you're looking at the wrong details. You're like, well, I can't give this up. I love it so much. It's like home to me. And the thing that you want to deny is like twice as good as that. It's like the person who refuses to, you know, buy a new car because they really like how the one that they have drives. Okay, but like, how long is that going to work for you? Like, there is a timeline on this. There is a timeline on your life. There is an opportunity. It's like a carousel coming around, right? You can hop on and you can choose a different horse. You don't have to stay on the same fucking horse the same horse you've been on forever. Because doesn't he look just a little bit bored? Aren't you a little bit bored? Well, take your opportunity, quit defending something that is in the past, and get excited about whatever might fall in your lap, because I have a feeling it's not necessarily going to be something you see coming. All right, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like for many of you, what we've been able to accomplish is healing from a situation that made you feel like you always had to be really reliable. Like maybe you had really controlling parents. Maybe you had situations that were really difficult to overcome unless you literally just like focused. Like, I got to sell this. I got to sell that. I can't care about this. Maybe you had to like sell something that was really sentimental for you so that you could take care of your children. You were this solid person, this reliable person. And I feel like it could have gotten you caught up a little bit if other people became dependent upon you. And now it's like people might be judging you if you decide you want to take a little bit of a step back from being this super reliable person to be able to see if you can make it work to do something you've dreamed about doing forever. Maybe you want to open a restaurant. Maybe you want to open your own yoga studio, something along those lines. And with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, you have not been able to dedicate the time or energy that you've wanted to this other thing that you love to do. You're too busy being good to other people. So we have this Knight of Cups coming out, and it's making me smile because I feel like this is that opportunity I was telling you about where that carousel is coming back around. Yes, it is. We have Temperance. And I like this. This can talk about a good mix. It can also talk about a balance. You may find for some of you that you get to kind of have the best of both worlds for a little bit. Maybe you negotiate working part time at your old job, but then you can start working on your new business. Whatever it is, there's kind of maybe a transitional period here for you, but there's an opportunity with this Knight of Cups. Somebody's going to make you an offer and it's going to come out of nowhere. Like, it's not like you're applying for this. Somebody just maybe remembers that you're really good at that or heard through the grapevine that you're doing that. Something will surprise you. But I also kind of feel like this Temperance is here to say, this is divinely orchestrated. Like, this is what they want for you. And I don't think you realize, because we have the High Priestess in the reverse and Six of Wands, I feel like you're counting yourself out. You don't see this coming because you don't think you're good enough. So please work on that. Okay. You got to make sure that you're talking to yourself in a positive way. Believe in yourself, actually invest in the things that you want to be good in. And when you do that, you get what you want. But there's something about negative talk to yourself that you need to address in order to bring in this opportunity. Because remember, whatever you're thinking or focusing on, that's what you manifest into your life. All right, let's get zodiac fortune telling, and then I think we'll call it a day. Yes, the refresh is very important, got to keep things updated. You have very good friends. Your personality will get you by. Use it more. So some of you may have an opportunity to do something like on radio or on TV. Maybe you're going to do your own channel. There's something here about you having this energy that makes people inspired or happy. So it could be maybe even therapy that you provide for people. So we have hasty news, something coming in quick. You will receive a check or paper money soon. Wow, I can't believe those two came out side by side. So this could be pertaining to that offer. Maybe you're able to sell something you didn't think you'd be able to sell. Maybe you're able to nail down a contract you've been working on for a long time. Either way, you have some positive movement here with regards to your finances. So that's exciting. I'm excited for you. All right, I think we'll leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back probably in a few hours. So I'll see you then.